Good morning, West Michigan. It's another beautiful day here.
It sure is.
Still the beginning of the work week, but more great things to look forward to.
It is. There's so many fantastic things going on right now. I feel like a lot of people are trying to squeeze things in because they're feeling that August is right around the corner. And you always, I mean, it feels back to school. I mean, you go out shopping now, and it's everywhere.
You do. The school lists are out. All of the pencils and the paper has been laid out. You say, where did summer go? We're past the 4th of July. The next thing we're looking at is August.
Yeah, so we have some really great things to tell you about in order to enjoy
Right, our schedules are jam-packed.
Yes. Over the weekend, we went out to the Ionia Free Fair, and I just love going to fairs because there are so many offerings, and the Ionia Free Fair is a good one because a lot of things there are free.
Oh,
and we love free.
Hence the name.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to pay to get in. But today's a very special day at the fair because it's Kids Day, and so it's 1 to 5, and there are so many different things that you can experience at the fair. You can go to the Free Park stage, and there's clowns, story time, face painting, balloons, activities, games, lots of special appearances.
All these outdoor activities seem to have face painting and tattoos, and the kids just love it.
They do.
And the parents love it too.
Yeah, and needless to say, they have very shady barns, and that's what some of the things that we went out and experienced this weekend. We actually
Adorable
had
picture.
The royal treatment when we walked in because the Ionia Free Fair Queen, Sydney Cody, greeted us and took us through the barns. She is a lovely young woman, very accomplished, and she's there every day with the rest of the queens representing this fantastic fair. Really an outstanding gal. As you can see, Sydney took us through one of the barns here, and it's a mama sow with a bunch of baby piglets.
How cute.
So if you go out to the fair, you have to stop and look at this. They are just adorable. They were just born. My kids loved it, and there were kids just running around just looking. It's amazing, and it's a great way to start a conversation about animals and where they live, you know, on farms and what it takes to take care of them, including feeding them. My daughter got a chance to feed. This is a goat, but this is a goat that doesn't have ears, so it looks a little strange. But there are different types of animals, even something as common as a goat that looks a little bit different, and then basically, you know, you have that feed, and she was giving it, and you saw the look on her face. It was just, you know, she was amazed.
This is so cool. And Dumbo.
And then, yeah, rides, of course, a major attraction there. We did the kiddie rides. We had some fair food, which I know a lot of people really love and look forward to all year round. A lot of great things, a lot of great free things. You know, they have the circus pages that are there, and then the high flying pages, and they have games. You know, you have to pay for the rides and the food, but you don't have to pay to get in. You have to pay to park. But it's a great way to get out, and a lot of free offerings today for families that want to go out and experience it. We had a great time, and my husband actually judged the Queen's pageant last week and helped choose Sydney and some of the other girls that are representing the Ionia Free Fair this year, and they're amazing. They're really accomplished young women who show their horses and their pigs and their goats at the fair each year and have, you know, elected to kind of represent the fair.
Yeah, and what I noticed too is I grew up going to, of course, all the fairs in West Michigan. I'm from here, but what I noticed is how many ways there are to get involved with the people who, even from younger ages, have always been working with the fairs. We met some of them yesterday, and you talk about people who are the fair queens and kings and who are always out there enjoying it. Just
it's an opportunity really to get out there and to care for animals and to show them and get a little presence in that way. And so got to meet some of the kids that show their animals every year. It's really impressive. That's my favorite part, is going and seeing all the animals that are there at the fair. And then there are just, you know, other things that make it great on top of that, like the rides and the food and the excitement and the people watching. And it's great.
Yeah, and all the new experiences. You get to spend some time outside too. I actually am highlighting an event that's spent outside too. This one's actually coming up though this weekend. I wanted to talk to you about the Taste of Grand Rapids.
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
I look forward to this every year. Almost every year I am able to get there, and what it is basically through the course of a Friday and a Saturday at John Ball Park, many different restaurants come and you're able to just taste a little bit from everything. So you don't have to necessarily go eat an entire meal, but you can go to 1 or 2 or 3 different restaurants that are being featured and just try a little something, and many of them have like their key best known, here's what we have, and it's easy to go try a couple of different things. things. It's coming up this Friday and Saturday. It's at John Ball Park right there. Friday it starts at 3 o'clock. On Saturday it's open much earlier, starts at 11 a.m. Not only do they have food, but there's also live music and a barbecue competition that they judge. There's also usually a few games and a little ride set up for the kids, depending on how they actually have it laid out there in the park. But usually quite busy, and you leave quite full.
Quite full. Well, that's a great opportunity to try one of the many great restaurants in the Grand Rapids area.
And there's going to be a little bit more than 20 restaurants there, so you have quite a few options. If you don't get to all of them on Friday, go ahead and go back on Saturday. But you know, it's a good way to, we always talk about all the great restaurants in Grand Rapids. This way you don't have to go eat an entire meal at 20 different restaurants, but you could try the appetizer from one and the entree from another. And
it's kind of like a progressive, you know, have a little bit of this, all the best of the area. That's fantastic. And then live music. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Always perfect.
Okay, one more event we want to tell you about, and this is on the lakeshore. It's something that's actually happening next week. Everyone is familiar with the lighthouse in Grand Haven, right? It's gorgeous. Well, of course, it takes a lot of upkeep to keep it looking as beautiful and historic and purposeful as it is. And so there's a Grand Haven Lighthouse Conservancy, and there's going to be a fundraiser next week, actually. It's called Glowing for Grand Haven, and it takes place on Wednesday.
Very nice. And of course, we've all been out to Grand Haven, love it. It's something that's so well known. You show that picture there, and I think everyone who sees that is like, oh, we know where that is, even if they're not from
It's
West
fantastic.
Michigan.
They're doing a silent auction at Jack's Restaurant, and it's going to be from 5 to 8. And then after that is an even bigger kind of nighttime party from 9 to 1 a.m. that's open to the public. And basically, you're going to have the opportunity to get these bracelets. Really, really cool. I believe they're $5. And the money from that and from the auction will benefit the Conservancy. How cool is that? So next Wednesday evening. But you do have to sign up ahead of time to take part in the auction. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later this week with the organization that's working to put that on.
Well, that works out well. We'll make sure it fits into the schedule. Great way to give back.
I know, and to get out to an
an
awesome spot.
And yeah, to go to Grand Haven. I mean, who needs
You never have to twist this arm.
I know.
Go. Okay, so take a break from the heat this Tuesday and hang around with us. We have a lot coming up on the Solid 8 West.
For starters, we'll take you to a place that you may be able to help make your pain disappear. Dr. Christopher Miller of Total Health Chiropractic will show us an alternative to surgery or medications to help alleviate neck and back pain, and we'll also meet someone who says it really works.
And our experts for drug and alcohol addiction, Westbrook Recovery, will also be joining us today to share what sets their residential program for treatment apart from the rest.
Plus, we have some terrific musicians in studio today to give a little preview of the music you can hear at the Frederick Meyer Gardens tonight. The Foxgrass Quartet is in the house.
And we'll give you a little taste of what happens when the British and Mid-India come together in terms of food, one of our favorite subjects. It's all in the spirit of the London Olympic Games, of course. We'll have it all right here in our studio.